Hello everybody and welcome to another video. This is a desk tour. Now I haven't done one of these in what must be getting on 2 years, so it's well overdue. Everything here is subject to change, and I mean literally everything, in the next couple of months. So I thought, as everything is nice and neat and how I like it at the moment, I may as well knock this one out before the construction starts, basically. So yeah, let's get going. Starting on the right hand side then, we have our shelving unit. Now, since buying this a couple of years ago, it has just been infinitely helpful. It's just so practical having like 3 or 4 different platforms you can just put whatever on. At the top we have a cinema display, 15-inch, studio display. Came with my G4 Cube. Doesn't really have a use, as the cube is sat on the main setup, so it just sort of sits up there looking awesome. There is my softbox. Now I set this up permanently a few months ago because it's really helpful having light being able to beam straight onto the desk without having to worry about light inconsistencies and stands and tripods everywhere, and yeah, it's just super helpful having it up there. Coming down we have our, well, what I like to call my classic Mac shelf. There is a original Revision A 1998 Bondi Blue iMac G3. It doesn't work at the moment. The power supply board blew out on me a few months ago. Up until that point it was running OS 9 and it was an awesome jukebox. I do intend on repairing that at some point and get it up and running again. And then next to it we have the Macintosh Classic. It works perfectly, but it's sort of sitting there not doing anything at the moment because I don't have a way to get software onto floppy disks. If I get around to that one day, then I'll actually be able to start messing around with the Classic properly. Third shelf down then we have the obligatory geek box shelf. You can see there MacBook Air, graphics card, MacBook Pro, Moto 360, motherboard, camera. Every geek has to have a box shelf. And then all the way down the bottom there we just have a couple of boxes for random computer stuff and various paperwork. And there as well, so as you walk through the door you see basically, or nothing on the top, you see the awesome translucent iMac plastic, a bit of the box shelf, and then that is the iMac G3 keyboard and mouse box. It's sort of orange with this white Apple logo on the back. It looks a little bit cheesy, but it kind of fits in with the whole colour scheme of the shelving unit, so I just thought it looked pretty awesome, and it fits the gap perfectly as well. So yeah, that is the shelving unit. Moving on to the main setup then, and this is where it starts to get a little bit more interesting. Starting on the far side, this is where I put all my crap: wallet, keys, headphones, cables, crap like that. Here is a bit of my camera gear. Here we have a dust blower thingy, you know, for cleaning out lenses. Here is a GoPro. I'm not sure if you've seen this before. This is the budget GoPro. I think it's just called the GoPro Hero. For when I'm on my bike and stuff, it's awesome. For the amount of money I paid for it, the image quality is insane, and yeah, I've been thinking of ways I can start recording videos on this channel with the GoPro, but if you have any ideas or suggestions, then I'd appreciate if you left a comment down below. And here is the kit lens for the EOS M that I'm recording with now. I'm recording with the 22mm pancake lens. This is the 18 to 55mm kit lens. Awesome lenses, awesome camera. I've said this multiple times now, but the EOS M is just an awesome platform. Coming around the back then, and this is my Logitech Driving Force GT. I am really into my sim racing, and having a half decent wheel for any racing game just adds a different dimension to it all. This wheel, it was relatively cheap. I think it only cost me about 50 quid, about 2.5 years ago, and it just has not put a foot wrong. Really decent force feedback, really well put together, 900 degrees of rotation. It's just an awesome bit of kit. And yeah, it just sort of sits there. Then whenever I want to use it, I just pull the monitor out, clamp the wheel into place, and I'm off to the races. Moving over then, we have my battle-wounded, legendary Sennheiser HD201s. I've had these for what must be getting on 4 years now, and they still work perfectly. The foam's starting to go, as you can see. There's tape over half the wire, but they still work perfectly and they still sound incredible for the price. I think these cost me about 20 quid, and they are just awesome. It is going to come a time where I'm going to have to replace them relatively soon, but for now they're still performing brilliantly, and I just love them to pieces. They're the best headphones I've ever owned by a country mile. Here is my Nexus 4. I'm not sure if you've seen this yet, but yeah, it's a Nexus 4. Relatively old by now, but it's still a quad-core phone running Lollipop. It does what I ask of it. I only ever play music on my phone these days, so I don't need that much power under the hood. And here is my MacBook Air. This is a 2-1 MacBook Air, late 2008, 1.6 GHz, Core 2 Duo, 2 gigs of RAM, 9400M graphics, 128 gig SSD. I love this machine. It's awesome. Even the originals, to this day, they are incredibly thin laptops. The displays in these older ones are better than the ones in the current MacBook Airs, but it is kind of falling apart at this point. If you subscribe to the second channel, you'll know that we had to reflow the RAM chips because of cracked solder joints. So it's kind of, at the moment, in a state of disrepair. It's going to go wrong at some point again, and I don't want to be there when it happens. So this is probably the last time you're going to see this see this machine on the channel. Yeah, I'm going to be selling this very, very soon. And here we are, the main setup. Starting from the left then, we have our Hackintosh Snow Cheetah, 3.5 GHz, Intel Core i3 4150, 8 gigs of RAM, GTX 660, 128 gig SSD, and then 2 500 gig drives. I love this machine so much. It's my first Hackintosh. As you can see, it's running Yosemite brilliantly. It is rock solid stable, it is quiet, it is fast. I could not ask for anything more. This machine is, and has been, incredible. As you know, I'm moving on to a Power Mac. I've loved the whole Hackintosh thing so much, I'm moving on to a Power Mac G5 Hackintosh very, very soon. But yeah, even the case, I mean, it just looks so sleek. Yeah, I love this machine so much. In the middle, we have my absolutely beastly 29-inch 21:9 ultra-wide HD AOC LED backlit display. I am in love with this thing. The 21:9 form factor has completely sold me. For Final Cut, for anything which requires like timelines and stuff like that, it's awesome. And going back to the Driving Force GT, racing games are incredible on a 21:9 monitor. It fills the majority of your field of view, and yeah, I am absolutely in love with it. And this guy manages to run it. This is a 15-year-old G4 Cube. This is the FF class G4 Cube though, of course. 1.2 GHz PowerPC G4, 1.5 gigs of RAM, NVIDIA GeForce 6200 graphics. It's a beast. And having a PowerPC machine on my setup is just awesome. I love it. And as you can see there, aesthetically, it just, next to the Hackintosh, I'm just in love with this setup, guys. I love how it is at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't seem much use, but when I do use it, I absolutely adore it. There's my keyboards, standard wired Apple aluminium chiclet keyboards. Looking to get the smaller version, wired, not wireless. I hate having to deal with batteries, because I just don't use the number pad on the right hand side. It just takes up so much room on the desk. It just seems a little bit unnecessary. And here is my Microsoft Wheel Mouse Optical. Now, this is my favourite mouse of all time. It is so reliable. The optical sensor in it is so reliable. It never jumps, never ever skips a beat. Yeah, Awesome mouse, legendary WMO mouse, awesome. So yeah, that is the main setup. Aside from that, here we have a couple of now framed posters which make it look a little bit better. Of course, these were just blue tacked to the wall before. That's my iMac G3 Yum poster. I love that poster so much. Got it for 99p as well, so can't really go wrong. There's my GTA 5 map. I love myself a bit of GTA 5, and now it's on the PC. It's awesome being able to just play GTA 5, look up, and know where you are, know where you're going and stuff like that. There's my lamp, obviously for writing stuff down, it's super helpful. And then, last but not least, we have the little annex up here, I guess you could say. We have well, first off we have my Wi-Fi antenna. We have the dictionary thesaurus there, a couple of books, and my eMac. This seems to be the only constant on this channel. Wherever I go, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, the eMac is always here. This is the first Mac I unboxed on this channel in 2011, and it is still here. It still works perfectly, and I adore it. It just looks absolutely awesome up here. And yeah, again, like the G4 Cube, it doesn't see a massive amount of use, but I'm actually using it kind of like a jukebox while I'm waiting on that getting repaired. So yeah, Harman Kardon speakers in this, awesome sound. And yeah, this is my setup. Of course, subject to change now in the next couple of months as I get a new main machine, new monitor, and new notebook computer. I may be replacing the shelving unit as well, depending on what's up. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.